Carlos Baleba coming to Manchester United. For me, I just feel like it would be a great deal because Carlos Baleba is a wonderful player, and beside that, it has always been that player that has always wanted to come to Old Trafford. He has always choose Manchester United over any player, and that is really great for me. If he comes to our club, I feel like we bring a lot of impact into the club in terms of intensity, pace, energy into that midfield because as a Manchester United fans, we all know that our midfield he has been having a lot of issue recently. The midfield has not been that solid. So having Carlos Baleba in that midfield will really make it go well. It will be a nice signing, but the question is, will Manchester United get this done? Because we have bid for him before and we are unable to get him based on the amount Brighton was expecting from us was so we are not ready to offer that kind of amount that was around maybe around 100 million pounds. So we are not ready to offer that kind of amount to any player at that particular time. If you will check our past signings like in terms of their Cunha, their Buemo, we know that you will see the amount we use in sending those players. You will know that we did not want to spend too much in any player recently. You understand? So that is why we were unable to send Carlos Baleba before. But recently, right now, we are on the deal again. According to the news, the rumor flying around, both clubs are in talks. Both clubs are in talks trying to get the deal done. Yes. So this time around, I just pray that Man United could get this Carlos Baleba deal done this time around because it will really help our midfield a lot because he has a lot of quality that some of our midfielders did not have. Pace. If you look at our current midfielder like the likes of Kobe Meno, you will see that Kobe Meno does not have a lot of pace. He is one kind of slow midfielder, but Carlos Baleba has a lot of pace in that midfield, like a lot of pace in that midfield. So that's why I just feel like if we can get Carlos Baleba to Manchester United, it will be a great addition. It will be a great addition to our squad. So this time around, I just pray that Man United will get everything right in signing Carlos Baleba because for me, Carlos Baleba is a great player. Although he was unable to put top performance, he was able to perform very well last season, but he's still a good player. According to the excuse people were giving for him, they said that he was unable to perform last season based on he want to leave the club. And if you can see clearly that Carlos Baleba has always wanted to come to Manchester United, so that I feel like that is the part of the reason he has not been performing very well in Brighton last season. But if you check his performance last 2 seasons, you see that Carlos Baleba is a good player. He's a very, very quality player. So and I have this strong belief, no doubt about it, that if Carlos Baleba comes to Manchester United, he's going to perform very, very well. Yes. And if we can get this Carlos Baleba, you see that Michael Carrick could now have a lot of options in that midfield role. Michael Carrick will have a lot of options in that midfield role. So we have that time Michael Carrick can create two teams in our squad, which is the first 11 and second 11. Because if you look at that midfield, we have Bruno, we have Yuri Talisman, we have Andre Santos, we have Kobe Meno. Right now, we are trying to get Carlos Baleba. So if we can add Carlos Baleba to the squad, it will be a great addition to that midfield role. So Carey can make his selection. That time there will be enough debate in the squad because a team where there's enough debate, a team whereby every single player is fighting for their position, we always perform very well because all players will try to give their best so that they can get playing time in that particular squad, in that particular club. So sorry, so that they can get that enough playing time in that particular club. So that is why I feel like Carlos Baleba should come to United. Yes, he should come to United. Good or bad, he should just come. And if we can get this deal, at least we will now know that we should focus after if we are able as a club, if we're able to get this Carlos Baleba deal, then we'll focus on other area, other aspect of the club. Like if you look at the defense area, you will see that we are having a bit issue in that defense area. If you look at the likes of Luxor, mostly our last game against AC Milan, we clearly see that our defense was a bit shaky, mostly in that Luxor wing. It was a bit shaky in that Luxor wing. So if we can get another left back that can replace that Luxor wing, it will be a great addition to the squad also. Because Luxor right now, to be frank and be sincere, we can't trust Luxor. No, I don't think we can really trust Luxor right now. So I also feel like Man United should sign on that left back that will replace Luxor. And even that lot has been doing one thing. I don't know if you guys are experiencing what I'm experiencing against that lot. Anytime that Man United is going through to the end of the season, that lot will start putting a top performance. Meanwhile, in the center of the season, the starting of the season, Dalot will be a shit player. Dalot will be performing very poor. But once Man United is going to that end of the season, you will see Dalot putting top performance that at the end of the season, nobody will talk about selling him. Nobody will talk about replacing that Dalot wing. That's why I still feel like there's a need for us as a Man United, as a Man United, for us to send a player that will compete with that lot in that right wing, because we cannot rely on that lot. No, 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 no. You see that two wing, that two defense, that two wing back, that lot and Lucio, we cannot depend on them at all. So I just feel like Man United should send prayer. That was why I was very happy when we were trying to get Luis Saul, but Newcastle was a bit stubborn, so they don't want to release Luis Saul for us. I wish we can get that Luis Saul for that Luxor position. I will be very happy, because if you look at Luxor is one that kind of defender that is a bit slow. Luxor doesn't have pace at all. He's performing in some kind of match based on he has experience, and he's an old player. So he's using his experience to give us some high level of performance. But I don't sure he can keep up with every match. And besides that, we all know how Luxor is. Luxor is an injury player. And if you look at this season, last season we were only playing in the Premier League and some domestic league, and those domestic league that we were playing, we were knocked out we were knocked out easily. So we are not having a lot of uh, match playing last season. But if you look at the current season right now, we are having a lot of games at hand. We have Champions League, we have Premier League games, we have FA Cup, we have Carabao Cup. So I just feel like we need signings. That defender, we need signings. Good news that Matthias Delete is back. So I don't know if a lot of you know that Matthias Delete is back. If you know that Matthias Delete is back, you can just drop it in the comment section. But there's a news that Matthias Delete is back to our squad currently right now. Yes, he and Benjamin Sheshko, they are back. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button. Sorry guys, make sure please click the subscribe button. Share this live video to reach other Manchester United fans, so that they can also drop their opinion that will make our club get better. You understand? So currently, Matthias De Ligt is back, so that now make our center defense a little bit okay. So at least if we have Matthias De Ligt, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez in that center defense, so I don't think we have a lot of issues. So, but you see that Luxor and Dalot wing, and although we have Mazwari, likes of the Leny Euro, but I don't really trust those players. You can see that last season Leny Euro was a bit shaky. Yes, Leny Euro was a bit shaky last season. So I don't trust the likes of their Leny Euro, even Mazwari sometimes. Mazuari will just give you a poor performance that you just feel like how should you know you just send another defense that will compete with them. See these are the quality defense we have right now in Manchester United that we can rely on. Let me just name them. Uh, I cannot even name Lezardo Martinez. Nowhere. It's not that the guy is not good, to, but based on Lezardo Martinez is just an injury pro player. So we cannot depend on an injury pro player. So I cannot depend on Lezardo Martinez first. I can depend on Harry Maguire. Yes, Harry Maguire is trying for us. Right now, I would have said Matthias Delete, but I just hope he will be fit for us. So Matthias Delete is okay, a little bit. At least let me add let me add Leonardo Martinez to the squad also. Let me see Martinez, Delete, Harry Maguire, and Edenevon. Yes, we all see the kind of performance Edenevon put for us last season. Bro was giving us top performance. He was giving us a top performance as if we signed him for like around 60 million pounds. That was the kind of performance Eden Evan was giving to us. So that is why I still feel like Eden Evan is a good defender. Yes. So, but you see the likes of their Luxor, Dalot, Mazwari, Lenioro. No, no, no. I don't trust those people. I don't trust them. But sometimes in some games, they will perform very well for you. But I don't really trust them. No, no, no. In some games, they will give you top performance, but you see those the life of their Lenny Euro. Sometimes they are a bit shaky. I'm not going to lie. They are a bit. They are those defenders. They are shaky sometimes. Sometimes they will give you some kind of performance as if they are not even training at all. So as if they are not even training at all. So that is why I feel like Man United need to focus on that defense aspect before the transfer window close. They should just focus on that the defense aspect. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed to my channel, and share this video to your friends. Like, so let's talk more about Manchester United. So like we have talked before, I said that our boss should focus on that defense. They should try to send a lot of defenders, mostly that Luxor and that lot wing. So you should send a lot of defenders. If you look at the midfield area now, I feel if you can get this Carlos Baleba to that midfield area, our midfield will be okay for the now. Yes, for the now. Although I've not seen the kind of performance Talisman and the Santos is going to give us, but I still feel like if you can get Carlos Baleba to the midfield will be okay. Then you now later move on to our wingers, the likes of their Buemo, Amand, this our academic boy Shilesi go to our team position, the likes of their Queen, Rashford, and Patrick Dogu. The question is, who is Amorim going to? Sorry, I don't mean how to say Amori. I mean Meke Carrick. Sorry, it was just a slip of tongue. So, who is Meke Carrick going to start in that our winger, in that our wing position? We have, let me say, in the left wing currently right now, we have Rashford, we have Dogu, and we have Cunha. You understand? So how is Makekari going to rotate those things? Like who is Makekari going to start? If you go to the right wing, we have Buemo, Ahmad, and we have Shilesi, because I believe Shilesi will be staying permanently. I believe Shilesi will be staying permanently right now in the senior team. Yes, because the performance that guy gave us in preseason was on the top level. So we are not going to allow that guy go back to the feeders team. No, no, no. So Shilesi is going to compete with Buemo and Ahmad in that position. You understand? In that right wing position. Then while our top nine position is now going to be Sesko and Zegzi. I was thinking that Man United was going to sell Zegzi, but the transfer window is about to close and Zegzi is still in the team. But besides that, if you like the way Zegzi play in this preseason, we are not going to allow that Zegzi really did well. Zegzi really give us a top performance this season. So, but I still feel like Benjamin Sesko is still going to be our top nine. Then, while for those left wing and right wing position, who should Michael Carrick play? I feel like Michael Carrick should play who is the best player. Yes, after we have played some few couple of games, so I believe Michael Carrick will be able to choose his first 11. You understand? Because now there's a lot of competition in almost every position in our squad right now. So my Carrick will play who is the best player in every position. If you look at Patrick Dogu in terms of energy, high intensity, you see that Patrick Dogu have it. Patrick Dogu can contribute both attacking wise and defensive wise. But the only issue I feel like Patrick Dogu is having, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. The only issue I feel like Patrick Dogu is having right now is that Dogu is not a good finisher. Yes, it's not a good finisher. You can see that sometimes they create a couple of chances for him. He was unable to finish it. But in terms of putting pressure, like pressuring defenders, bro has that energy. Like Dogu has that energy. He can pressure defender to lose that ball. The same thing with Ahmad. But the problem these two players, Ahmad and Dogu, is having is their finishing. In terms of finishing, both players are very poor. That is the problem we are having with those two players. But you see the rest they have it, like they can take on player. Dogo has enough pace. He can contribute attacking wise. He can also contribute defensive wise. Same thing with Ahmad. Ahmad can contribute attacking wise. He can contribute defensive wise. But the issue these players are having is that they are very poor in terms of finishing. They are not good at finishing at all. So I just feel like those people should work on their finishing. Yes, because next season is going to be a tough season for us as a Manchester United fans, whether we like it or not. Next season is going to be tough. If you look at the Champions League right now, if you look at those top clubs that are in the Champions League right now, if you look at Madrid, see the way those people are making signings. Look at Madrid, look at how much they spend in signing your Mendy. So if you look at the way those players are making signings currently right now, you know that Manchester United as a club, we need to see top tight. Sorry guys, my network was having some issues. That was the reason why my network was a bit shaky. So according what I was seeing concerning our squad currently, according to what I was saying concerning our squad, who is Makikari going to choose? Like I said that in terms of Dogu and Armand, they are very good players. They have high intensity. They know how to pressure defenders very well. They can pressure defenders easily, and the defender will lose the ball. Can score with that. But the issue Dogu and Armand is having right now, the issue that Dogu and Armand is having is that they are very very poor in terms of finishing. They are very poor. That is where Buemo have slight edge above them. That is why if you can see last season when Bomo was not giving us a tough performance, when Bomo was not performing very well, no matter the performance, Michael Carrick will still choose to play him. Why? Because Buemo is a good finisher. Even if Buemo is not contributing in every other aspect, but if Buemo has that opportunity to score, Buemo will deliver. That was the reason why Mekikadek was using him, even when he was performing very poorly last season. Mekikadek would still choose to use Buemo. So if Dogu and Amand can work in terms of their finishing, it will really be good. Like it will really be good. It will be a great addition to the team. And let's now move to terms of Marcus Rashford. In terms of Marcus Rashford, where he has energy, his weakness, and everything. For me, I feel like Marcus Rashford is a good player. Yes, in terms of counter attack, I feel like Marcus Rashford know how to play that kind of football, counter football, which is a particular football like Michael Carrick is playing right now. We all know that Michael Carrick is playing counter football. So in terms of counter football, Rashford is good in that aspect. You understand? So because Rashford has a lot of pace, and besides that, Rashford is a good finisher. Rashford knows how to score. Everybody knows that. You know how to provide assists. Yes. But the issue Rashford will be having in Manchester United based on the way we play currently right now. No, we are pushing full attack and we are defensive fully. Defensive as a attacking as a team and defending as a team. But if you look at the case of Marcus Rashford does not is not really good in terms of defending. He don't really have that energy to be running back and he doesn't have that energy to be running front and back. So he's just a pure attacker, full pure attacker. In terms of defending, Marcus Rashford does not have it at all. So you understand? So that's the only issue Marcus Rashford will be having. So I don't know how we are going to solve that issue, but if at least if you can give times two of what other attackers in the team will be giving, if Marcus Rashford can give times two of what other attackers like their Buemo, Amount, and Konya will be giving, I think Marcus Rashford will be a starting player in Man United currently, because if you cannot give times two, it will be an issue because other player like Konya, their Dogu, they can also score and deliver assists. At the same time, they can defend for us. But in terms of Marcus Rashford cannot defend. So the only way he can hedge those people is if he can deliver times two of what those people can deliver in terms of attacking wise. I don't know if you guys are understanding me. If he can deliver what those our other attackers can deliver, if he can deliver times two of it attacking wise, I will feel like he will be having enough playing time in Man United. If not, they will bench him. They will bench Rashford. I'm just saying the truth. People like Cunha will bench Rashford because right now to bench Cunha currently in Man United will be difficult. I'm still saying it. It will be difficult for Marcus Rashford to bench Cunha. Yes, because Cunha, yeah. You see Matheus Cunha, bro. That guy football IQ is another level. When it comes to attacking, see, if you are a defender, Cunha is playing your side, bro. You will suffer because Cunha will do everything to pressure you. Cunha is not that kind of attacker that will always want to run with the ball. Cunha with the ball, Cunha will still attack you. Oh God. Cunha, when it comes to that attacking position, I don't think it will be very difficult for Marcus Rashford to bench Matheus Cunha because Matheus Cunha will contribute attacking wise and he will also contribute defensive wise. That's the kind of player Matheus Cunha is. You understand? Marcus Rashford can only contribute attacking wise, but he cannot contribute defensive wise. That's why I said that the only edge that Marcus Rashford can have against other attacking player in Manchester United is if he can contribute times two of what other attacking player are contributing to the team in terms of attacking wise. Yes, we have enough play time, but if you cannot contribute times two, it will be very difficult because if you look at all our attacking players currently in Manchester United, majority of them even know how to defend based on the way Ruben Amorim built them up. Ruben Amorim has already built them in that defensive mentality already. So if you look at our attacker currently now, they can contribute to the team defensive wise. You understand? But that would be the quality Rashford will be lacking in the squad. That contributing to the team defensive wise. But if you can give us top level of performance, like can provide a lot of goals and assists, nobody will ask him to defend. You understand? So it's just as simple as that. If he can score enough goals, if he can give us like 20 goals a season, or maybe can give us like 15 EPL goals, give us like 10 assists, nobody will complain that Marcus Rashford did not defend. Nobody will complain. You understand? Then if you see terms of Buemo, even if Buemo is playing very badly. Bomo is that kind of player that we give a very bad performance in a match, but at the end of the day, we score one goal to himself. That's what he always does. After performing very poorly in the full 90 minutes, around maybe 85 plus, we just score. And that goal is scored. We buy him another time in the next game again. That is just as simple as that. That's one player. That is where Carrick was unable to bench him previous season because no matter the poor performance that Bournemouth will give you, he will still score or he will assist. The moment he scored and assist, he has already by himself another time in the next game. You understand? So then let's look our goalkeeper position. Right now we have another goalkeeper, that guy which is me and Selena Menz. Selena Menz for me is just another average goalkeeper. I don't know how you guys are going to see this, but I just feel like he's another average goalkeeper. The guy is good. Sometimes he saves us a lot in a lot of matches. But for me, he's an average goalkeeper because there are some kind of attackers that there's a kind of ball that we played that Selena Menz will not even bother. He will not even bother to stretch, not to talk of catching the ball. So yes, I just feel like he's just another average goalkeeper. So although we have another goalkeeper that we can be using in terms of maybe FA Cup and Carabao Cup, that guy me, the particular game that he kept for us, he did very well, and he was able to save one penalty for us. That our goalkeeper was able to save one penalty for us. So few days from now, the Premier League will be kicking off. And our first game is against All City. Yes. So what are you guys expecting for that game? For that game, I just feel like at least the first thing I'm expecting for that game is a clean sheet. That clean sheet is very important. I want Manchester United to get a clean sheet from that particular game. Yes. And I'm expecting more than 2 goals from our attackers. They should score more than 2 goals. And who should Michael Carrick use in that game against Hull City? Who should Michael Carrick use? In the terms of defense, I feel like Michael Carrick should use in the center defense. Michael Carrick should use the combination of and Harry Maguire. Then other wing, you should use Luke Shaw. Then you can use Dalot. But since it's only the show we have now, so there's no that best for using that wing. So we use the show and use that lot. That is the squad. I'm just trying to pick out the starting 11 that we'll be using against City. Then if you go to the midfield, I feel like that midfield you will use Kobe Meno and Andre Santos. You will relax Yuri Talisman at first. You will use Kobe Meno and Andre Santos in that midfield with Bruno Fernandes, city midfielder. Then that is fair player already. Then when I go to the attacking position, in that attacking position, I will feel like you should use Cunha in the left wing, and the other wing you use Ahmad. That is now 7 players like that. Then after using Cunha and Ahmad, so in the midfield you can just maybe you can add Talisman in that midfield role. Yes, you can add Talisman. Then in our top 9, if you use Cunha and Ahmad in the wing, you will use Bremo as a top 9 because Bremo has been really good for us as a top 9 based on Benjamin Sesko is not fit to play that first game. So I don't feel like Benjamin Sesko will play that first game. Even if Sesko is going to play that first game, he's going to come on as a sub. So he's not going to start that first game. I'm 90% sure that Benjamin Sesko cannot start that first game based on he's just coming back from an injury and he's still training. You understand? Maybe around 70 minutes we can bring Rashford in. Yes, you can bring Rashford in, and the other wing you can take off Ahmad and bring in Shilisi. And I don't know, we are not talking more about that our feeders player, that Shilisi that came from the feeders team. We are not talking more about bad team. Because if you look at this preseason, Chelsea performed really well, bro. That guy is a baller. Oh. We just need to give him more time to develop. That guy is a proper baller. That Chelsea playing him in that 10 position will really contribute a lot to our current squad. Chelsea is a good player for me. So I just feel like Manchester United should give Chelsea a lot of playing time this season. So I want Makikari should give that guy Bobo a lot of playing time this season. Understand? So and Benjamin Sesko, we all know that Benjamin Sesko has really worked on himself currently. If you check at his current post, his current picture, you will see how muscular Benjamin Sesko is. Because he has already see how intensity Premier League game is. Premier League game is not for the weak. Premier League game is not for a weak top 9. That is why I feel like he have no choice than to work on himself. That is what he actually did. If you see him now, he's now more physical than before when we signed him. If you look at Benjamin, I don't know if you guys have seen him. If you look at Benjamin Sesko current video or current picture, you see how physical the guy is now. He has worked on himself. You understand? Benjamin Sesko is now more physical than before. I believe this season is going to perform very well, and I'm expecting a lot from our attackers this season. A lot. At least last season, they impressed me. Yes, the three of them impressed me. When I mean the three of them, I'm talking about Sheshko, Cunha, and Bemo. That three signings we make that last season, they really impressed me. Those three players give us nothing less than 10 goals each. 10 goals each. At least that is the first signing, three signing in football history that three signings give a particular team 10 goals above each. Yes, they really impressed me. And I'm expecting more from them this season. Yes. So if they can give us that kind of performance they give us last season, or they can even give us more, at least we'll be winning the league. Because I feel like it is high time that Man United should win this Premier League, because other rival fans has been mocking us since Arsenal won it, because they were mocking we and Arsenal before. But based on Arsenal have won the Premier League, we are now alone in this. We are not alone in this. So they are not mocking us, saying that we are past glory clubs, that when last we win the Premier League. And the last time we won the Premier League was around 2013. So 2013 to now is about 13 years, if I'm not mistaken. 13 years. For the past 13 years, we have not won the Premier League. So that's where I want the best from our players. Yes. I want the best from them currently. I want so that we can actually win the EPL. But us still the same, sha. Let's see how this season is going to be for us, Man United. If it's going to be a season of joy, or if it's also going to be a season of complaint. But I hope, but according to the signings we have made so far, though most of the signing is an average signing, but I still feel like it will still have a